Have you ever wondered just how difficult it is to truly understand another person? Every day, we interact with friendly faces, sweet words, and seemingly flawless behavior. But what lies beneath all that? Is it genuine sincerity or carefully constructed performances presented to the world? We're living in an age where appearances are valued more than inner essence. Many people, sometimes even ourselves, put on masks, not to deceive, but simply to survive, to be accepted. But here's the good news. You don't need to be a trained psychologist to tell the difference between someone's true self and the role they're playing. All it takes is deeper observation, attention to two subtle yet powerful dimensions. Small, almost invisible details that in fact reveal the full depth of a person's character. Imagine having the ability to see through polished words, past polite smiles, and into the deepest layer where true intentions and emotions reside. When you learn how to do that, you won't just understand others, you'll begin to understand yourself too. In this video, I'll share with you two essential signals. Two key insights that act like master keys, unlocking the real portrait behind someone's public image. And once you grasp them, you might never look at the world the same way again. But before we begin this journey of discovery, make sure you're subscribed to Mind and Meaning, where we explore personal growth, spiritual insight, and financial freedom. Because sometimes, all it takes is one timely idea to change the way you live forever. The first key, how someone treats those who have nothing to offer them. In life, there are moments so small, so seemingly insignificant that we often overlook them. Yet it is precisely in these moments that the true essence of a person is quietly revealed. Pay close attention to how someone treats those with no power, no title, and no benefit to offer. Like a busy waiter, a security guard behind a door, or a stranger struggling by the roadside. These silent interactions serve as powerful tests of character, because kindness, if it's genuine, needs no reason. It doesn't discriminate or measure who's worthy. A person with inner strength and stability will offer respect to all, regardless of status or gain. On the other hand, arrogance, coldness, or indifference toward the vulnerable is more than just poor manners. It's often the symptom of an insecure soul. Those who need to feel above, others to feel valuable, are usually those who doubt their own worth the most. Even something as simple as a warm glance or a sincere thank you is a clue. You don't need grand gestures to prove compassion. You just need to acknowledge the person behind the silence. Social psychology tells us that in relationships where no exchange is expected, people drop the act. There's no motive to impress. That's why how someone treats the unimportant ones becomes a mirror reflecting who they truly are. So pay attention to the small behaviors. Do they nod politely to the driver? Do they listen patiently to a question? Or do they become curt, rushed, and dismissive? These seemingly minor details are actually footprints of something far greater. Character. Kindness is not just a gift to others, it's a daily choice made by a mature soul. Authentic people don't act kindly because they have to. They do it because it's simply who they are. And those who look down on the powerless, they're often souls longing to feel superior, as if shrinking others is the only way they can feel big enough. That's why, of all the signs that reveal someone's true nature, perhaps none is clearer or more trustworthy than this. How they treat those who can do nothing for them. A gentle reminder for the observant: if you want to truly know someone, don't just listen to their words or watch how they treat you. Watch how they live, especially in the moments that seem unimportant. Observe with intention. Don't let surface-level charm fool you, because it's in those quiet, unnoticed moments, when there's no audience and no reason to pretend, that people reveal who they really are. Pay attention. Someone who snaps at a server over a minor mistake isn't just impatient. They may not yet know how to regulate themselves. In contrast, someone who remains calm, listens, and empathizes in the same situation is showing the depth of a soul that has been refined through experience. Ask yourself, do they truly respect the ones helping them, even for just a fleeting moment? Do they say, "Thank you," not out of politeness, but because they see the other person as human, not just a means to an end? Do they bring warmth and ease to their interactions, or is everything about chasing a goal? These quiet answers will lead you to deeper truths. And while you observe others, don't forget to reflect inward. How do you treat those who can offer you nothing in return? Do you pass by them as if they're invisible, or do you extend the same respect you would to anyone else? We become better not just by understanding others, but by facing ourselves honestly and without defense. Because in the end, how you treat those who can give you nothing is the truest reflection of who you are becoming. The second key, promises, a mirror of the inner world. In a world where words are scattered like leaves in the wind, a promise kept becomes something sacred. Keeping a promise is not just a gesture of social politeness, it's a quiet reflection of an ordered will and an honest soul. From a psychological perspective, every promise is an invisible thread that ties two minds together with the fabric of trust. When someone commits and follows through, they send an unspoken message: I respect myself and I honor you. On the other hand, when a promise is ignored or broken, it does more than strain a relationship. It gradually erodes the person's inner image of themselves. Words without action fall into the realm of emptiness, where trust cannot take root. Albert Bandura, the founder of social learning theory, once emphasized, our behavior not only shapes how others perceive us, it shapes how we perceive ourselves. A person who honors their word, especially when it's inconvenient, is more than trustworthy. They're someone with inner order. They act not because it's easy, but because it's right. Whether it's a simple appointment, a casual commitment, or just saying, I'll call you back, when followed through, each one reflects something deeper, a loyalty to one's word and a quiet honesty with oneself. So how can you recognize this in daily life? Don't just listen to what people say, observe what they do. Do they show up on time, even when no one's watching? Do they follow through on their promises, even when no one demands it? The answers don't just paint a picture of their personality, they reveal the maturity of their spirit. The real test of integrity doesn't come when things are easy, but when they're not. A person who keeps their word in the face of adversity is someone who has risen above the temptations of convenience. In contrast, those who vanish when things get hard or make excuses often lack the inner structure needed for true accountability. Ask yourself, do they seek solutions or silently withdraw? When they break a promise, do they have the courage to face it and apologize? Do they treat their words as sacred or merely as tools of conversation? Researcher Brené Brown once said, owning our mistakes and being honest when we fall short is the highest expression of courage and emotional maturity. And just as importantly, turn inward. Do you keep your promises to others? And even more, do you keep your promises to yourself? A commitment to yourself, to wake up earlier, to read a single page, to stay with a small habit, when done consistently, becomes a foundational brick in a resilient character. Because keeping a promise means preserving the integrity of your soul. Not perfection, but consistency, honesty, and reliability. So if you truly want to know who someone is, look not at the promises they make, but at the ones they keep, especially when no one is watching. We hope that what was shared today is more than just information. It's a seed, a quiet seed planted in your heart, awakening a new reflection, a gentle awareness. If something in this video resonated with you, even just for a moment, hold on to it. And if you feel called, pass it on to someone else. Don't forget to subscribe to Mind and Meaning, a space where every video is an invitation to return to your inner wisdom, explore spiritual depth, and build a more meaningful life. If you find value here, consider sharing it with someone else who may also be searching. Because sometimes, one timely sentence can truly shift the course of a life. Thank you for being here with us on this journey. We'll see you in the next video, where we'll once again reflect, explore, and grow together.